making a leaf shield or a leaf weapon like that. Aha! More ways to use Hamon. Hello everybody, my name is Fyodor and welcome to my reaction to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Season 1 Episode 6. Last time on we had our hero's arrival in Wind Knight Slot, a trap set by Dio for JoJo and the others, and a pretty gruesome fight between Dio, JoJo and Zeppeli. Dio with his freezing abilities was absolutely a match for Zeppeli and JoJo together, more so even. But after becoming bored, he instead resurrected two of his revenants, Tarkus and Blueford, of whom we got the backstory in the episode as well, and a big cliffhanger of the underwater battle between JoJo and Blueford, which I hope, of course, JoJo wins and it's not dragged out any longer. So yeah, I assume with Dio leaving for Wind Knight Slot to turn them into zombies and only Tarkus being left, it's gonna get really interesting this episode, so let's start watching. Just follow the link down in the description below to the reaction and I'll see you there. Alright, amazing episode. Apparently the blow that JoJo dealt in the end of the last episode wasn't the finishing blow. But instead we got some more fights, some more determination from JoJo, and then a rather touching goodbye from Blueford. And in the meantime I even googled PLUCK, what it means instead of luck, and apparently it is a word for spirited and determined courage, which definitely applies to JoJo, but in the moment I mostly found it more funny since PLUCK is a pretty funny word to me, at least in that context where they delivered it. But despite all that, Tarkus is still on our hero's tail. He didn't get better by watching Blueford, and he's not been touched by Hamon yet. So let's see, he killed, I believe he said 48 people in that dungeon alone, and that was when he was alive and probably less powerful than as he was a zombie. But at least we found out that zombies can't regenerate. I was actually of the opinion that they could, but Hamon would prevent that up until now. But apparently nope, that's never been a criteria, apparently. So apparently zombies, no, they said they were immortal, but then if they don't regenerate you could just smash their heads in with normal stuff, right? Instead of using Hamon, for example. Which I believe JoJo even did in episode 3. Where he saved Speedwagon from the zombie. He just used the pole. So apparently Hamon is pretty useful because it's strong, but only really needed against Dio himself. I also really like that multiple times in this episode we got new explanations for how Hamon itself worked. That it could only be used through extremities, so JoJo can't just radiate Hamon throughout his entire body and, make it so no one can touch him. That it turns zombies good, as what happened to Blueford and maybe happens to Tarkus as well. Although I can't really picture what his good side would look like, to be honest. Then of course that Hamon travels through metal as well, not just through living things. So that helped against Blueford but didn't help against Tarkus because the chain apparently touched something else but Tarkus, and then the signal gets dispersed, or some explanation like that, apparently. And who can forget that, of course, Hamon is also able to be used to make magnets and kites out of leaves. And yeah, that glider was pretty fun. What I didn't like as much was Poco. He was pretty weird this episode. First showing his ass to Tarkus by pulling it down completely, which I didn't like. And then wetting himself. I mean, JoJo is dramatic and everything, but I think that's a step too far, maybe. But then he redeemed himself by, helping and opening the door for Zeppeli and Speedwagon. And my god, Zeppeli. Zeppeli is gonna die. Definitely. There's a big, great flag. It's the death of the mentor, for story reasons, obviously, because there's no way that JoJo gets more powerful than Zeppeli by the time he meets Dio. and JoJo, the protagonist, has to be the strongest when he faces Dio. So Zeppeli realistically has to die. And of course the prophecy that he didn't tell anyone about, but he just found about when he was asked how he learned that, whole magnet thing. He learned that apparently from a monk or a prophet, something like that. He could definitely see his future or something. And he told him that taking this path would lead him to die. And obviously, probably, it's gonna be here. It's gonna be real sad next episode, but at least not surprising in a bad way. So yeah, I definitely can't wait for next episode, although I would hate to say goodbye to Zeppeli in the next episode already. I hope to give him one more at least. But anyway, as always, if you like this reaction, you can like, comment, subscribe or share this video. These are generally the best things that you can do for me for free, or otherwise there's my Patreon where you can get things like early access to reactions like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Brand New Animal. What's also there is of course the full-length timer reactions to basically every show that I react to, where you can sync up your own footage to mine and watch it that way. So if you're into any of that, go check it out down in the description below. But with all of that out of the way, I hope I see you in the next episode, and until then, bye bye!